Have you ever noticed how some men are unforgettable, while others are easily overlooked? The truth is, making a woman miss you isn't about tricks or manipulation. It's about becoming the kind of man whose presence leaves an impact, even when you're not around. In this video, I'll show you step by step how to create mystery, attraction, and value that naturally makes her think about you when you're gone. Attraction isn't built by chasing, it's built by presence. When you stop begging for attention and instead focus on becoming centered and confident, you shift the entire dynamic. Women are drawn to men who are sure of themselves. This inner strength makes them curious about you. And that curiosity is the first seed of missing your presence when you're not there. The first rule is simple. Scarcity creates value. Think about it: when something is everywhere, people don't appreciate it. But when it's rare, people can't stop thinking about it. If you're constantly available, she won't have time to miss you. Pull back just enough, and your absence becomes noticeable in the best way possible. Space is powerful. Many men suffocate attraction by always being present, always texting, always calling. But space creates anticipation. By stepping back, you allow her to fill the gap you leave behind. That emotional gap becomes the place where missing you begins to grow naturally. Focus on your life, not hers. Build your passions, your fitness, your career, your skills. A man who is always improving himself becomes magnetic. When you're busy upgrading your life, you stop chasing validation. Instead, you radiate value, and women can't help but notice the difference. Mystery is key. Don't reveal everything about yourself all at once. Leave room for discovery. When people know everything up front, there's nothing left to explore. But when you share your story slowly, piece by piece, you give her reasons to think about you when you're not around. Emotional impact matters more than physical presence. Think back to someone you miss. Chances are, it wasn't their body you missed, but the way they made you feel. If you can create powerful, positive emotions when you're with her, those feelings will linger long after you're gone. Don't be predictable. Predictability kills excitement. If you always text at the same time, say the same things, and act the same way, it becomes routine. Switch it up. Surprise her. Keep her guessing. This unpredictability keeps you fresh in her mind when you're not around. Confidence is silent. You don't need to prove yourself with bragging or showing off. True confidence speaks through your calm energy, your body language, and your ability to walk away if needed. That quiet strength makes her respect you and think about you even in your absence. Humor leaves a mark. If you can make her laugh genuinely, she replays those moments in her head. Laughter creates connection, and connection fuels longing. When she smiles thinking about you, that's when she begins to miss you the most. Walk away with grace. Many men panic when they feel interest fading, but pulling back with calmness actually sparks attraction. By showing that you don't need constant validation, you set yourself apart. She noticed the difference and wonder what makes you so secure. Don't overshare on social media. Mystery online is as important as mystery in real life. Post with purpose, not desperation. When your life looks full, active, and independent, she naturally wonders about you more. Curiosity turns into attention, and attention turns into missing you. Control your emotions. If she pulls back, don't react with anger or desperation. Stay composed. Women notice when a man can stay calm under pressure. That composure is rare, and rare qualities stick in people's minds long after an interaction ends. Build unforgettable experiences. If you spend time together, make it meaningful. Do something fun, adventurous, or memorable. When the moment ends, the memory remains. That memory becomes the reason she thinks about you when you're not around. Be selective with your time. Don't give your attention to everyone. When you're careful about who gets access to you, your value rises. Women notice when a man is disciplined about where his energy goes, and it makes your presence feel more significant. Silence is a tool. You don't need to respond instantly to every message. By waiting, you create anticipation. That pause makes her wonder what you're doing, and that wondering builds interest. The key is balance. Don't ignore her, but don't rush either. Presence is energy. When you're with her, give your full attention. Listen deeply. Look her in the eye. Make her feel heard. When someone feels truly seen, they never forget it. That feeling will echo in her thoughts when you're gone. Hey mate, you have watched to this point. We believe you've found value from this video. Do well to like and subscribe to get more helpful psychological videos like this. Also, don't forget to share with your friends who might need this content as well. After watching, drop a comment below. Your opinion matters. Now, let's continue our video. Work on your body language. Stand tall, move with intention, and carry yourself like you belong. People remember how your presence made them feel, and strong body language makes a lasting impression. That impression will replay in her mind later. Have a life outside of her. Hobbies, goals, friends, passions, these all make you more interesting. When your world doesn't revolve around her, she naturally starts to revolve around you. Independence creates magnetism, and magnetism is unforgettable. Less is more in communication. Instead of bombarding her with messages, make each one count. A thoughtful text beats 20 empty ones. Quality leaves a mark, and quality is what you think about when she scrolls through your conversations. Show, don't tell. Instead of telling her you're ambitious, live it. Instead of saying you're confident, demonstrate it. Actions are memorable, words are forgettable. When your actions speak for you, she respects you more, and respect creates longing. Be a challenge. Easy things are taken for granted. If you're too available, she won't value your time. Set standards, boundaries, and expectations. When she has to earn your attention, she appreciates it more and think about you more when it's gone. Emotional balance is rare. Many men swing between extremes, too needy or too distant. Find the middle ground. Show interest, but also self-control. That balance is powerful, and it makes her curious about what makes you different. Inspire her. Share your dreams, your goals, and your vision. Passion is magnetic. When you live with purpose, people can't help but think about you. That inspiration lingers long after you've left the room, planting seeds of admiration. Don't fear walking away. The ability to detach when things aren't serving you is attractive. It shows self-respect. When you're not afraid to leave, people respect your presence more, because they know you don't hand it out cheaply. Be authentic. Pretending, lying, or trying too hard never lasts. Authentic men stand out in a world full of masks. When you're real, people trust you. And trust is something people miss deeply when it's gone. Keep your conversations meaningful. Avoid endless small talk. Dive into deeper topic streams, fears, life lessons. These deeper connections stick in the subconscious, making your absence more powerful. She replay your words long after you're gone. Show kindness, but don't be a pushover. Respect yourself first, then others. A man who is both kind and firm stands out. That duality makes you memorable, and being memorable is the foundation of being missed. Timing matters. Know when to pull back and when to step forward. If you withdraw too much, she forgets. If you push too much, she resists. The art lies in balance. Mastering timing ensures she feels your presence even in your absence. Lead with energy, not control. Women don't miss men who try to dominate them, they miss men who inspire them. Lead by example, by living a life of purpose and strength. That kind of leadership plants itself in her thoughts. Finally, remember this. Missing you is not about manipulation, it's about becoming unforgettable. Work on yourself, live with purpose, build confidence, and create emotional impact. When you do, you won't need to force anyone to miss you. They will, naturally, because real value is impossible to ignore. Missing someone isn't about absence alone, it's about the contrast between presence and absence. If your presence feels powerful, uplifting, and memorable, then your absence becomes noticeable. That contrast is what makes her think about you even more when you're not around. Invest in self-discipline. A man who has control over his habits, time, and emotions is rare. Discipline creates an aura of strength. People miss strong presences because they stand out in a world full of inconsistency and chaos. That's what makes you unforgettable. Speak with intention. Words carry weight when they're chosen carefully. Instead of filling silence with empty chatter, speak when you have something meaningful to say. This makes your voice echo in her mind, because not every word was wasted. Value your time above everything. When you treat your time as sacred, others do too. If you give it freely to everyone, no one values it. But when your time is guarded, those who receive it feel special, and special treatment is something people always miss. Build inner peace. A calm man in a chaotic world is magnetic. If she feels grounded when she's around you, that emotional safety will be hard to forget. Your calmness becomes her comfort, and she craves that feeling when you're gone. Don't rush the process. Attraction and longing grow slowly. Men who try to force quick results usually push women away. Patience allows space for emotions to develop naturally, and those natural feelings are stronger, deeper, and longer lasting. Be consistent in your values, not in your availability. A man who stands firm in his principles, no matter what, earns respect. Respect is the foundation of missing someone, because people long for what they admire, but don't always have near them. Learn the art of storytelling. Stories stay in people's minds far longer than facts. If you can share experiences with passion and authenticity, those stories replay in her memory. Each replay keeps you alive in her thoughts when you're not around. Inspire growth in others. If your presence motivates her to think bigger, live better, or chase her dreams, then your absence will remind her of that spark. People miss those who push them to evolve, because inspiration is rare and valuable. Be present in the moment. When you're with her, avoid distractions. No scrolling, no divided attention. Give her your full energy. When people feel deeply valued in your presence, they crave that same feeling again when you're gone. Develop charisma. Charisma isn't about looks, it's about energy, confidence, and the way you make people feel. A charismatic presence lingers, because it's not something you can easily replace. This is what makes you hard to forget. Maintain mystery about your schedule. Don't announce everything you're doing, everywhere you're going. Leave some space for imagination. If she doesn't know everything about your day, her mind naturally fills in the blanks, and curiosity creates longing. Show passion in action, whether it's fitness, art, business, or a hobby. When you live with fire, people are drawn in. Passion is contagious. And when you're not there, the memory of that fire stays alive, making you unforgettable. Balance giving and withholding. Show appreciation and kindness, but don't overdo it. If you flood someone with attention, they drown in it. If you hold back too much, they starve. Balance creates craving just enough to make her want more. Learn to listen with depth. Don't just hear words, absorb meaning. When people feel truly understood, they form bonds that last beyond presence. If she feels you get her in ways others don't, she think about that bond when you're gone. Don't compete for her attention. When you act like every other guy fighting for a spot, you lose value. Instead, stand apart by being secure. Secure men don't chase, secure men attract. That difference alone makes you more memorable. Create inside jokes. Shared humor becomes a private connection that no one else understands. When something reminds her of that joke, she think of you instantly. These little anchors in her mind keep you present even in your absence. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Show that you're always improving, always learning, always striving. People admire growth more than perfection, because it's real. Watching you evolve makes her invested in your journey, and she miss your updates when you're away. End interactions on a high note. Don't overstay your welcome. Leave her smiling, laughing, or inspired. When you exit on a positive peak, that's the emotion that lingers, and it's that lingering emotion that makes her crave your presence again. Finally, remember this: being missed is never about tricks, it's about impact. Become the kind of man who brings value, energy, and inspiration into every moment. When you do, you won't need to chase anyone. She miss you naturally, because unforgettable people leave footprints on the heart. Detachment is power. When you can care deeply yet remain unshaken, if things don't go your way, you radiate strength. That kind of detachment makes people respect you, and respect creates a silent pull that makes them miss your steady presence. Be unpredictable in the best way. Surprise her with depth when she expects simplicity, calmness when she expects chaos, and patience when she expects pressure. This unpredictability breaks patterns and broken patterns stay etched in memory. Radiate gratitude. People often miss those who make them feel appreciated. When you genuinely acknowledge small things, you stand out in a world where most take others for granted. That feeling of being valued lingers after you're gone. Share your wisdom. It doesn't have to be grand. Sometimes it's a small life lesson, a perspective shift, or a story with meaning. When someone learns from you, they carry your voice in their thoughts. That's how you remain present even in absence. Carry yourself with dignity. Don't let emotions, arguments, or situations drag you into behavior you'll regret. Dignity commands respect, and respected men are remembered. When your image stays clean, people long for that stability in their lives. Show ambition, not arrogance. Ambition is attractive because it speaks of the future you're building. Arrogance pushes people away, but ambition rooted in humility creates admiration, and admiration always turns into longing when you're away.